So in closed loop configuration of op-amp, left hand side of the circuit is voltage shunt feedback, which is also called as the inverting amplifier, and this right hand side of the circuit is voltage series feedback, which is basically a non-inverting amplifier. So what I was discussing with you, what do you mean by this voltage shunt and voltage series? Voltage shunt, that means if the feedback voltage, if this feedback voltage is connected in parallel with the input supply, if this feedback voltage is connected in parallel with the input supply, then that is called as voltage shunt. And if this feedback voltage is connected in series with the input, then that is called as voltage series. So the basic difference in voltage series and voltage shunt is how the feedback element is connected with the input supply. So in left hand side of the circuit, you can see that this feedback element, which is connected with the help of resistance RF, is connected in parallel with the input signal source. That's why it's a voltage shunt feedback. Now why it is called inverting? Inverting amplifier, that means if the input signal is given at the negative terminal of the operational amplifier, then that is called as the inverting amplifier. If input signal is given at the negative terminal of the op-amp, then that is called as inverting amplifier. So because here we are using the voltage shunt and the circuit is in inverting amplifier, that's why voltage shunt feedback is also called as inverting amplifier. Voltage shunt feedback is also called as inverting amplifier. But suppose if the feedback is positive, that means output terminal will be connected with the non-inverting terminal. On that condition, this would not be voltage shunt. But that is not the part of our this particular topic. That's I think that is not suitable to discuss this thing here. So just concentrated in mind, if the feedback element is connected in parallel with the input, that is called as voltage shunt. And if input voltage is connected in negative terminal of op-amp, that is called as inverting amplifier. And as per these definition, this circuit is acting like a voltage shunt feedback or inverting amplifier. Similarly, the circuit which is shown here in the right hand side, here you can see that the feedback element RF is connected with input in series. How series? Because already we have discussed the concept of virtual ground or the virtual short. So as per the concept of virtual ground, this terminal A and B are virtually short circuited. And if these two terminals are short circuited, that means this feedback element is in series with the input. This feedback element is in series with the input. That's why this circuit is called as voltage series feedback. That's why this circuit is called as voltage series feedback. And where is the input? Input supply is given at the positive terminal of the operational amplifier. Input signal is applied to the positive terminal of the operational amplifier. That's why it is a non-inverting amplifier. So if the closed loop configuration is based on negative feedback, if closed loop configuration is based on the negative feedback, then on that condition, voltage shunt feedback is also called as inverting amplifier and voltage series feedback is called as non-inverting amplifier. So this is a basic fundamental of the circuit connection. Now today we are going to discuss one by one the circuit analysis of this voltage shunt and voltage series feedback. So first, voltage shunt feedback, also called as inverting amplifier. So as per this voltage shunt feedback, already we have discussed here that the feedback element is connected with the input in shunt, that's why it is a voltage shunt, and input supply is given at the inverting terminal of op-amp, that's why it is an inverting amplifier. Now there are various parameters by which we can analyze the circuit. Very first parameter is closed loop voltage gain. Closed loop voltage gain. Before that, when we discussed about the open loop configuration of op-amp, on that condition, the open loop gain of the op-amp was infinite. The open loop gain was infinite, but as we need to reduce the value of gain for working the circuit in linear region, here we are using the negative feedback. So in this analysis, we will see what would be the effect of this feedback in the gain of the circuit when the circuit is connected in negative feedback. So let us analyze the circuit. So this is our circuit diagram. So what actually we are going to do here in closed loop voltage gain, we need to make a relationship in between output voltage to the input voltage. Output voltage to the input voltage. That is called as the gain. So we need to make a relationship in between output and start coming back to the input. So first of all, let us apply a node at this point A. Node here at point A. So when apply KCL, the value of IN is equal to IF plus IB2. IN is equal to IF plus IB2. But what is IB2? IB2 is the internal current of the operational amplifier. IB2 is internal current of the operational amplifier. And as we know, the internal impedance of the op-amp is infinite. Internal or input impedance of the operational amplifier is infinite, and due to that infinite impedance, the value of input current to the op-amp is 0. Therefore, the value of IB2 will be 0. So if IN is equal to IF plus IB2, due to input current of this IB2, IB2 is equal to 0. When IB2 is 0, IN is equal to IF. Then what is IN? IN is equal to VIN minus VA divided by R1, this one. And what is IF? IF is equal to VA minus V0 divided by RF. That is IF. Now in this equation number 3, as we are deriving here the expression of voltage, closed loop voltage gain, we want the value of V0, we want the value of Vin, but we don't want the value of this VA. This VA is intermediate parameter or intermediate voltage. So after that, we are going to replace the value of this VA in terms of either Vin or VA. So as we know, in case of operational amplifier, the output voltage is directly proportional to the difference of the input. So let us use that particular use the definition. So V0 is equal to AOL into VD. V0 is equal to AOL into VD, where VD is the difference of two input signals, and AOL is open loop gain of the op-amp. So from there, AOL into V1 minus V2, where V1 is non-inverting terminal voltage and V2 is inverting terminal voltage. Always in case of the differential amplifier, positive voltage is non-inverting terminal voltage and negative voltage is the inverting terminal voltage. So V0 is equal to AOL V1 minus V2. Now what is the value of this V1? V1 is non-inverting terminal voltage, and this non-inverting terminal is connected to ground. That is, the value of this V1 is equal to 0. V1 is equal to 0 and V1 is grounded. Now what is V2? V2 is inverting terminal voltage, and this V2 is nothing but VA. V2 is nothing but VA. Now substitute the value of V2 is equal to VA. So from this equation number 4, after substituting the value of V1 is equal to 0 and V2 is equal to A, the value of V0 is how much? Minus AOL into VA. From there we can easily calculate the value of VA. So VA as minus of V0 divided by AOL. So from equation number 5, the value of VA will be what? Minus of V0 divided by AOL. So from there we have calculated the value of the VA. Now substitute this VA in equation number 3. Substitute the value of this VA in equation number 3. We want the value of V0. Also we want the value of AOL. That means all the intermediate parameter has been calculated. So just substitute the value of V0 in equation number 3 and re-simplify the equation. So after substituting this is our expression. Then finally the value of gain will, you can do this calculation now. So after the simplification, the final value of closed loop gain will be how much? This one, equation number 7. Just you need to rearrange the equation in terms of V0 and Vin. Why? Because finally we need to make a relationship that should be in the form of output voltage to the input voltage. So take all the terms which is related to V0, take all the terms which is related to Vin, and take from there reduce the expression of V0 divided by Vn. So this is the final expression of closed loop voltage gain in case of inverting amplifier or voltage shunt feedback amplifier. So this is a practical closed loop voltage gain. In ideal condition, if we talk about the ideal condition, open loop gain is infinite. And due to that infinite, this R1 into AOL is much greater than R1 plus RF. If value of this term R1 into AOL much greater than the value of R1 plus RF. So from there, AOL into RF divided by R1 into AOL. So AOL into AOL both will be cancelled out. So from there, closed loop gain will be how much? Minus of RF by R1. So in ideal condition, in case of inverting amplifier, the value of gain is how much? Minus RF by R1. So if someone is telling you what is the value of gain in closed loop gain in case of ideal condition of inverting amplifier. So closed loop gain of the inverting amplifier is minus RF by R1. But in practical condition, equation number 7 is the closed loop gain of the inverting amplifier. So this is closed loop gain. Then the second parameter is input resistance with feedback. So whenever we are going to calculate the input resistance, we need to replace the circuit with the help of Miller's theorem. Why Miller's theorem? Because here feedback element is connected. And as per the Miller's theorem, this feedback element will be divided into input resistance and the output resistance. And what would be the form whenever we use the Miller's theorem? R divided by 1 plus gain when the circuit would be connected in the input terminal. So resistance divided by 1 plus gain. And at the output side, the value of resistance will be how much? Resistance, feedback resistance multiplied by gain divided by 1 plus gain. So this is only you need to replace over here. So let's see with this particular circuit, this is your Vin, same as this circuit diagram, this Vin. Then add the series of the Vin, resistance R1 is connected. Series of Vin, resistance R1 is connected. Then after that, there is a feedback element. And as per the Miller's theorem, when we replace this feedback resistance RF in the input and output terminal, so at the input, this is one of the Miller's component, RF, feedback resistance divided by 1 plus gain. Then come to the input terminal of the op-amp. At the input terminal, internal resistance is connected. Internally, there is internal resistance. The value of that resistance is infinite. And positive terminal is grounded. So at negative terminal to positive terminal, internal resistance is connected. And from there, it is grounded. Similarly, at the output terminal, in the practical open loop condition, this is the internal circuitry of the op-amp. AOL into VD and R0. These are the internal components in the operational amplifier. So AOL into VD and R0, those are connected in series. Then after that, at the output terminal, one part of this feedback element is connected in parallel with the load. So that component is this one, RF into gain divided by 1 plus gain. And at the output terminal, load is connected. So this is the complete circuit diagram when we are going to calculate the input resistance. Then with the help of this circuit, let's see what is the total value of resistance when we are viewing the circuit from the input terminal. So from here, what is the value of Rin? So just see here, first resistance R1. After at this particular node, this resistance RF divided by 1 plus OAOL is in parallel with this Rin. Both the terminals are in parallel to each other. So you may replace these resistance by a common resistance. And the value of that equivalent resistance will be what? The parallel combination of these two resistances. So total resistance, how much? What is the value of total resistance? Rinf? Rinf is equal to R1 plus R equivalent. So this is Rinf is equal to R1 plus R equivalent. After simplification, this is the final value of input resistance with feedback in practical condition. So simple. Now in ideal condition, so as you know, in ideal condition, the value of gain is infinite. So when this value is very high, so as compared to RF plus Rin, the value of AOL into Rin is very high. So just replace this component by AOL into Rin. So from there, Rin and Rin will be cancelled out. So input resistance is also infinite. So with the help of L'Hospital rule, the value of total term will be how much? 1. Or both will be cancelled out. So it's not 1, it's both will be cancelled out. So from there, Rinf is equal to R. So in ideal condition, the value of input resistance with feedback is equal is nothing but the input resistance of the operational amplifier. So this is input resistance with feedback. Now the third is output resistance with feedback. So when we are going to calculate the value of output resistance with feedback, now on that condition we need to connect one voltage source at the output, which will draw a current that is called as the output current. And what is the equation for the output resistance? Resistance is nothing but voltage divided by current. So when we are connecting one voltage source, so what is the value of R0? R0 is nothing but V0 divided by I0. So whenever we are going to simplify or solve any circuit for calculating the value of output resistance, just connect one voltage source at the output and at the input terminal make the voltage source grounded. These two changes you need to make here for calculating the output resistance with feedback. Connect one voltage source at the output, which will draw some current, that is called as the output current, and at the input terminal all the voltage sources will be zero or short circuit. With the help of this fundamental, I am redrawing the circuit. So this is our actual inverting amplifier. With the help of that, we draw here the circuit for the calculation of output resistance with feedback. So what we do here, connect one voltage source at the output terminal. This is V0. Current drawn by this voltage source is I0 at this particular terminal. So before that, the value of voltage source is V0. The value of current is I0. Now at this particular node, there are two paths where the current can flow. One path is either the current, output current can flow at the input terminal of the op-amp internally, or the output current can flow across the feedback element. Similarly here, this output current is divided into two parts. One part is IA and second part is IB. Now what is the behavior of the current? As per the behavior of the current, current will follow only the minimum resistive path. Current will follow only the path which is having the minimum or zero resistance. So let us discuss about this first path. So here internally there is one internal resistance is connected at the inside of this operational. This complete components are inside the operational amplifier. So here in this series path, one internal resistance is connected, R0. Already I told you the value of this resistance is 75 ohms. Output resistance of the operational amplifier is how much? 75 ohm minimum resistance. Then at the series of this output resistance, one voltage source AOL into VD is connected, and that is grounded. So only one resistance is present in this particular part, and the value of that resistance is 75 ohm. Now discuss about this particular part. Here one feedback element is connected, and the value of feedback resistance in case of the op-amp will be in kilo ohms. So here the value of resistance was how much? Ohms, in ohms, but here the value of resistance is in kilo ohm. Again, when we are moving further, one more resistance R1, and in this particular node input resistance Rin is connected. What is the value of Rin? Rin is infinite. Rin is infinite. So very high value of the resistance is connected in this particular part. So if the value of resistance is maximum, so current will not follow. And as the value of input resistance is infinite, when the resistance is infinite, what is the value of current? Current is approximately equal to 0. So in this particular part, total value of the current is how much? 0. So the value of I0 will be how much? I0 is equal to IA. What is I0? I0 is nothing but IA. So from there, we apply a KCL. Let's see here. Apply KCL at node C here. So from there, what is the value of I0? I0 is IA plus IB. But due to high value of these resistances which are connected here, this one, and this one, the value of this resistance is very high. Due to that, the value of current IB is equal to 0. So I0 is nothing but IA. I0 is nothing but IA. So now apply one KVL in this particular loop. Apply KVL here. When we are applying KVL, V0 minus I0 into R0 minus AOL into VD, that is equal to 0. Both are grounded, so loop will be completed. V0 minus I0 into R0 minus AOL into VD is equal to 0. From there, value of I naught we have calculated as equation number 1. Now in equation number 1, we want the value of V naught. Also we want the value of AOL, R naught, but this VD is internal parameter or internal voltage. So now we need to replace the value of this VD in the form which would be suitable for the calculation of output resistance or the parameter whose value can be known by anyone. So what is VD? So for calculation of this VD, we are moving towards the input terminal of the op amp. So what is VD? VD is nothing but the difference of two input voltages applied at the operational amplifier. So VD is equal to how much? Non-inverting terminal voltage minus inverting terminal voltage. So non-inverting terminal is this one. This is your positive terminal and that is connected to ground. So V1 is nothing but VA and VA is grounded 0 volt. So from there VD is what? V1 minus V2. V1 is what? VA. V1 is equal to VA. And not what is V2? V2 is nothing but VB. V2 is nothing but VB. But VB is connected to VF, this feedback terminal. This VB is nothing but VF. So we need to calculate the value of this VF. When we are substituting the value of this one, what is the value of VF? So for calculating this VF, just apply one potential divider rule. So as per the potential divider, what we need to do, just see at the left and right hand side of that voltage source. So at this particular side, the voltage source is 0. At this particular side, the value of voltage source is 0. So the effect of voltage due to this terminal is 0. So only this particular voltage is present. So what is the value of VF? VF is equal to source of supply is V0. So VF is V0, opposite side of the resistance is R1 divided by total resistance. This is how we can calculate, we can apply the potential divider. So VF is how much? V0 multiplied by opposite side of the resistance R1 divided by total resistance. So from here to there, what is the value of total resistance? RF plus R1. So VF is V0 into R1 divided by R1 plus RF. So that is the value of VF. Just substitute the value of VF here, and after substituting the value of VF, you are able to calculate the value of VD. Now substitute the value of VD in equation number 1. You are getting my point now? What we need to do here, just we have substituted the value of VF in equation number 2. From there, substitute the value of VD from equation number 2 to 1. So here V0, R1, RF, all are known to us. So from there we can easily calculate the value of output. So we replaced here the value of R1 divided by R1 plus RF, which is the equivalent resistance of the circuit. That is replaced by one of the parameter as B. B is equal to R1 divided by R1 plus RF. Now substituted the value of this B in equation, this feedback element equation. From there the value of VD is minus B into V0. Sorry, whenever we substitute the value in equation number 1, this is our final expression. So what is output resistance with feedback? Output voltage divided by output current. So just taken from there total output voltage common. So from there the value of V0 divided by I0 is R0 divided by 1 plus AOL into V. So this is how we may calculate the value of output resistance with feedback. One thing we should be noted here, output resistance with feedback in case of inverting amplifier and in case of non-inverting amplifier. In both the cases, this derivation is same. This formula is also same in both the conditions. Whenever you are talking about either voltage series feedback or in voltage shunt feedback. Yes, are you getting my point now? Output resistance with feedback in case of voltage shunt, also in case of voltage series, in both the conditions, this derivation is same. So this is about output resistance with feedback. Now bandwidth. What is the value of bandwidth? So what is actually the bandwidth? So the range of frequency for which the value of gain is constant, that is called as bandwidth. Simple definition of the bandwidth. The range of frequency for which the gain remains constant, that is called as bandwidth, and the frequency for which the value of gain is unity. The frequency for which the value of gain is unity, that is called as unity gain bandwidth. If the value of gain is constant, but that is not unity, that is called as bandwidth. But if the frequency for which gain is unity, gain is constant and the value of that constant gain is 1, that is called as unity gain bandwidth. So as in closed loop configuration of op-amp, generally we are discussing about the negative feedback, and in case of negative feedback the value of gain is less. The value of gain is less. Therefore, the gain with feedback is less than the gain without feedback. Therefore, the value of bandwidth with feedback will be greater than bandwidth without feedback. This is the basic fundamental relationship in between bandwidth and gain. So from there, that here the value of f naught is what? Bandwidth without feedback. F represents the bandwidth with feedback. So ff is bandwidth with feedback. So from there, what is the value of ff? Ff is equal to f naught 1 plus AOL into B, where this is the value of bandwidth with feedback, which is as equation number 1. Now, what is unity gain bandwidth? The unity gain bandwidth can be represented as f naught into AOL, and from there, what is the value of f naught? F naught is equal to unity gain bandwidth divided by AOL. Just substitute the value in equation number 1. Substitute the value of this f naught in equation number 1. So simply from there, what is the value of ff? Ff is equal to unity gain bandwidth multiplied by 1 plus AOL into B divided by open loop. So that is the value of gain bandwidth with feedback. So with the help of this formula, you can easily calculate the value of bandwidth with feedback, and the last term is total output voltage, total output offset voltage with feedback. That is nothing but the saturation voltage divided by 1 plus open loop gain multiplied by B, where B is what? B is what? Already we have seen in the last slide. B is R1 divided by R1 plus RF. We have replaced the value of R1 divided by R1 plus RF as B. So total output offset voltage is saturation voltage divided by 1 plus AOL into B. So this is all about the different parameters in case of closed loop configuration of op-amp when we are discussing about the voltage shunt feedback. If any doubt? Okay. So now moving further to voltage series feedback. After the completion of voltage shunt and voltage series, we will solve some problem related to these topics. So voltage series feedback, which is also called as non-inverting amplifier. So as we discussed, what is voltage series? In case of voltage series, feedback element is applied at the with series with the input voltage source, that is called as voltage series. If feedback element is connected in series with input voltage source, that is called as voltage series. And because here the input supply is given at the non-inverting terminal of op-amp, that's why this is called as non-inverting amplifier. So voltage series feedback is also called as non-inverting amplifier. So closed loop voltage gain. So here we are going to discuss about closed loop voltage gain and input resistance only. Why? Because the output resistance gain with bandwidth with feedback and total output voltage, these all the calculations are same as voltage shunt feedback. So first parameter is closed loop voltage gain. So the basic process is same as we have discussed in case of voltage shunt feedback. So starting with that, what is the value of output? Output is nothing but the difference of two input signals. So V0 is equal to AOL into VD, where VD is what? VA minus, V1 minus V2. Non-inverting terminal voltage minus inverting terminal voltage. So from there, V0 is what? AOL V1 minus V2, where V1 is what? V1 is nothing but V in voltage source. V1 is V in. Substitute here, V1 is equal to V in input. Now what is V2? V2 is this feedback element. V2 is what? V2 is this feedback voltage. So let us, this is represented by Vf. So V2 is equal to Vf. So from there, what is the value of V0? V0 is equal to AOL V in minus Vf. So now we need to calculate the value of this Vf. What is Vf? Due to this voltage source, total effect is 0. So let us come in this side. what is the value of total voltage? Total source of voltage is V naught multiplied by opposite side of resistance R1 divided by total resistance Rf plus R1. That is the potential divider rule. So what is Vf? Vf is equal to V naught into R1 divided by R1 plus Rf. So that is the value of Vf. Substitute the value of Vf here in equation number 1. Also substitute the value of V1 here in equation number 1. So after substituting the values of this V1 and Vf, after some simplification, finally you will get the value of this one. Only you need to rearrange the equation and you can easily calculate the value of this closed loop voltage gain. Just concentrated that you need to derive the expression in the form of output voltage divided by input. Why? Because you are calculating the closed loop voltage gain, and gain is nothing but the ratio of output divided by input voltage. So from there, this is the value of closed loop voltage gain. In ideal condition, already as already we discussed that the closed loop gain is infinite. So this whole term is much larger as compared to R1 plus Rf. So from there, in the denominator only you are getting R1 into AOL. So this AOL and AOL will be cancelled out. So from there, what is the value of ACL? ACL is equal to R1 plus Rf divided by R1. And from there, R1 divided by R1 is 1 plus Rf divided by R1. So in ideal condition, the value of closed loop voltage gain is 1 plus Rf by R1. So this is the closed loop voltage gain in case of voltage series feedback. Now input resistance with feedback. So as input resistance with feedback, this is the equivalent circuit for the calculation of input resistance with feedback. So what is the value of total resistance here? So input resistance, for the calculation of input resistance with feedback, just we have applied one voltage source and with the help of produced one current IN. So Vin, the value of input current is IN. So total input resistance with feedback is what? Vin divided by IN. What is the value of input resistance with feedback? Vin divided by IN. And what is IN? IN is equal to VD. IN is equal to VD divided by RN. What is the value of this IN input current is VD divided by RN. And what is VD? VD is V1 minus V2. We are getting more point now. We are calculating the input resistance with feedback. Source of voltage is positive Vn. From there, the value generated current is IN. So input resistance with feedback, Vin divided by IN. So what is IN? So total current will flow with the help of this resistance Rin. So what is the value of IN is Vd divided by Rin. Why? Because across this resistance, total value of current is how much? IN. There is no any path for flowing the current this IN. Na? So this is the only path where this IN current can flow. So the value of IN is Vd divided by Rin. And what is Vd? Vd is non-inverting terminal voltage minus inverting terminal voltage. So Vd is V1 minus V2. So V1 minus V2 divided by R. So this is how we are going to calculate this. So let us see here. What is RNF? RNF is equal to Vin divided by IN. What is IN? IN is Vd divided by Rn. Now substitute the value over here. The value of IN is this equation. So from there, RNF is equal to Vin divided by Vd divided by Rn. Now what is V0? V0 is equal to AOL into Vd. V0 is what? AOL into Vd. So from there, what is the value of Vd? Vd is equal to V0 divided by AOL. Vd is what? V0 divided by AOL. Substitute the value of Vd over here. Just substitute the value here. So after simplification, this is the value of the input resistance with Vd. So this is how we can calculate the value of input resistance with feedback in case of voltage series feedback. Now this output resistance with feedback is same. Final expression for output resistance with feedback in case of voltage series and voltage shunt. In both the cases, complete derivation is same. In circuit only there is some changes. What is the changes? In case of voltage shunts, there was the input voltage was connected over here, na? But we need to make the input voltage source 0. Whenever we are calculating the output resistance with feedback, we need to make the input voltage source 0. So on that time, here the voltage source was connected to 0. Indirectly, it is also connected to 0 here. Now here, in case of voltage series feedback, the input voltage is connected at non-inverting terminal voltage. So again, we need to reduce the voltage source to 0. Here also 0. So there is no any changes into the circuit. After simplification, or for calculating the output resistance with feedback, both the circuits are same. That's why the derivation for voltage shunt feedback and voltage series feedback, in both the condition, total derivation of output resistance with feedback is same. So no need to discuss again here. Final value of ROF is what? R0 divided by 1 plus KVL into V. Just start with this. V0, generated current is I0. That will be divided into two parts. One current is IA, second current is IB. This IB path, the value of resistance is maximum, infinite. So no any current will flow in this particular path. So value of IB is equal to 0. So when IB is equal to 0, I0 will flow. I0 will be nothing but IA. So IA current will only flow in this particular path. Apply one KVL here. After applying the KVL, just replace this VD voltage source. Why? Because this VD is intermediate parameter, and we need the final equation in the terms of V0 divided by I0. So replace the VD in terms of V1 and V2. From there, V1 is equal to 0, and V2 is what? V2 is nothing but this VF. Calculate the value of VF with the help of this potential divider rule. So VF is equal to what? V0 into R1 divided by R1 plus RF. Substitute the value over here, and finally you will get the result. The process is same when you are calculating the output resistance with feedback. So this is all about voltage shunt feedback and voltage series feedback, or we can say that the inverting amplifier and non-inverting amplifier. This is a comparison table of practical inverting and non-inverting amplifier. So closed loop gain, this one in case of ideal condition, closed loop gain of inverting amplifier is minus RF by R1, and in case of non-inverting it is 1 plus RF by R1. The value of closed loop gain as per block diagram representation, we have not discussed this one. The attenuation factor, that is nothing but we have not discussed here. What is feedback path gain? So that is RF divided by R1 plus RF. We have seen that when we replace the value of feedback path gain in terms of B. Input resistance with feedback, we have discussed how to calculate the value of this input resistance with feedback. Output resistance with feedback, both the input output resistance with feedback is same. Bandwidth, in both the condition it is same. Total output offset voltage is same. So this is a comparison table. Whatever we have seen in the derivation, same thing is represented over here. So based on these formulas, now in the next lecture we are going to solve some problems related to inverting and non-inverting amplifier. So this is about the today's lecture. Thank you so much for today.